Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Chupacabra Tutorials channel. I'm your host, Larry, and today I'm going to show you how to do some basic setup to have the Vortex Mod Manager manage your games, or if you're done with the game, stop managing your games so that you can add mods to the game and play with all of the fancy accessories that mods provide. So when you first open up and install Vortex Mod Manager, you should be greeted with a page that looks a lot like this. And the first thing you want to do is click up in this corner over here to be taken back to the Nexus website, where it will ask you to log in so that it can tie your mod manager to your account. This is important because it allows the website to talk directly to your mod manager, to do things like do direct downloads, update your mods, and all of that good stuff. From there, after you've logged in, you're going to want to go to the Games tab on the left-hand side and add whatever games you're going to be playing to the sidebar so that the mod manager can actually manage them. So I'm going to go ahead and add Oblivion Remastered here. I'm going to click Manage. And when you click the Manage button, it's going to do, add it to the section and create a little subsection down here in your sidebar for those mods. But it's also going to download the extension that you need in order for Vortex to talk to the game in question. And you can add a lot of games, pretty much any game supported by Nexus Mods, you can add through Vortex to control the mods that you have installed. I can also add Baldur's Gate, so I'll add Baldur's Gate 3. So instead of doing Baldur's Gate, I'll also have it add Schedule 1 since Baldur's Gate is not currently installed. And it'll take too long for me to download it for me to complete this particular tutorial. And apparently it needed to restart Vortex in order to get it to fully launch, which is fine. It reloads fairly quickly, and it already detected automatically where my Schedule 1 was installed, but sometimes when you're setting this up, it asks you to verify an installation location just to make sure. So this all looks correct. I'll just hit Select Folder. And I've gotten this through Steam, so I'll just select that. And then we should be good to go for Schedule 1 as well. Although I'm not sure why it, deactivated my Oblivion, but it looks like it only wants me to manage one of these at a time right now. But you can swap back and forth between these for when you're modding them or about to play them at any time, so it's not too bad. Then you can go inside of here and you can see all of your mods. So let's say I want to start modding Oblivion. So I've got this lovely mod over here called a more complete world map for Oblivion Remastered. And I can go to the file section and I have two options. I can manually download and install this mod, or I can use it through the mod manager. Now the reason why it's kind of convenient to do this through the mod manager is that it allows you to open it directly through the mod manager, where you can watch it being downloaded and see its progress, and then it'll automatically send this file to your mods tab for Oblivion Remastered and then do the automatic setup. Then if it's missing any required files, like if the mod creator says you need to have the Oblivion Remastered script extender, it'll automatically tell you to click a button to download that as well, so that everything runs together without causing any problems. And then if any of these mods get updated, it'll automatically tell you, hey, there's an update pending to fix some problems that came up when the game recently updated, so that you don't break anything when you try to play with your friends. So now that this is nearly completed downloading, you'll see it's going to pop up in the mods section in my sidebar, and then bring up a whole complete pop-up to help me finish the installation process. Some mods do this, some mods don't. The important thing is when they do, to follow through step by step and read the instructions. In this case, this mod wants me to tell it which one of these mod managers I'm using, and then to continue on to selecting which one of the different in-game maps I'd like. I'm going to go with the full color version. And then for the secondary map, I'm also going to go full color. And then for the town maps, I'm going to go with a light background, and then finish. So now this mod has been fully installed. It doesn't require anything else, otherwise it might pop up in my alerts up here. And it should be ready to go. I can now, if I don't want this anymore, or want to temporarily turn it off because you can't use mods in certain games when you're playing online with friends, you can go over here and you can temporarily disable this mod or uninstall it if you'd like. Disabling it will not uninstall it, but it will no longer be active and making changes to your game. And you can turn it back on at any time, and it literally takes less than a second. Alternatively, you can go over here and remove the mod. This will remove the mod from installation, but it will keep the downloaded archive file or zip file of stuff on your computer, or you can tell it to delete both, just off this list and completely off your computer. In this little remove tab, you can do things like you can remove all related mods that you need for this to function. Let's say you downloaded this more complete world map as like a pack of like 10 mods that will remove all of them at once. You can open this to where it's saved on your computer. You can refresh the content if you think it's not loaded correctly. You can report it if you think there's something wrong with it. You can open its location on the website, check for updates, all that and stuff, or even reinstall it if you think there's something broken with it, but like it's not the mod itself, it's just something weird on your computer. All that stuff is available here, or you can just delete it and move on. So if we delete this, which I'll do now, I can click remove. I have the remove mod option, which I can click or unclick and just delete the archive off the computer to save space, but I'm going to remove both. And then I can go back to games. If I'm done with Oblivion Remastered, I can click on these three dots and I can say, I can stop managing this right now. And then boom, I've now deleted the profiles and their settings associated with my mods for Oblivion Remastered. And now I just have Schedule 1, which I can activate by just clicking on it, and then we can start adding mods for this if I want to. So that'd be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. This has been a brief look at how to utilize Vortex Mod Manager to install your mods for your games. Not all games do well with Vortex, and not all mods do well with Vortex, but for the ones that do, I totally recommend using it. So that'd be it for this one, ladies and gentlemen. I've been your host, Larry. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will catch you next time. Bye, everybody, and have a good one.